make this look a little less garbage.
Is it gonna hold the battery from flying out of its place? Sure. Gosh. Well, that was easy. Welcome back to Just a Guy's Garage. Today we're gonna hopefully tackle the interior, pull the seat, put the newish seat to me in good shape from a 1959 Apache. Only had 50,000 miles on the truck. It's got the slides. It's got the tilts. So, got my fan going up there to try to draw some of the heat from my heater up to where I'll actually be working. A few things I want to do today, if I get to them, which I probably won't have time. I've got a momentary switch that I'm going to try to fab up so I can have reverse lights. Don't know exactly how I'm going to use these yet. I'd like to use those as my reverse lights because these are just illusions. There are no lights behind those lenses, but it looks legit. So we have to hide those in a way that you don't actually see them, but they function because they don't fit the 66 look. Moving on, another thing we need to tackle. I need to fab up some kind of a bar tab mounting system here, cut, weld, and fit that so that when I hit these fine roads that we have around here, I don't flip that battery out. Another thing on the agenda, we got the fuel line kit that I got to put on here, and we'll see how that all fits. So we have quite a few things to do in a very short amount of time to do it. I'm going to start getting set up. Okay, for the sake of wanting to get this done and over with, I'm going to try for this. Drill a couple holes in this flat stock. Once that's on there, I'm going to get my holes drilled. I'll figure out exactly where I need to build some tabs. Hopefully this will come down right about ish there. Okay, I think I have a plan. As good as any plan that I ever come up with will work. All right, so I'm going to drill some holes in this flat stock that I can thread down on this. Cut it and metal glue it with the MIG welder. And really all I need it to do is not flop around. You know, hit the speed bumps, hit the whatever, and not lose the battery and toast the engine or whatever may occur. So that is where I'm going to start and drill some holes up real quick, cut the ends, figure this thing out. Right about there-ish. I'll lop that off, drill some holes crudely, and that'll be where we're at on that. Well, I mean, it went through a lot the other day when I was doing the exhaust and I haven't changed the blade out yet. She's still got a little in her, but this battery's also dead. Big surprise. Not sure if this will work, but I just don't want to waste a whole bunch of time today. I want to get that seat in. I want to be able to take this out for a rip. I told you guys I would be soon, so we'll see if this works. It absolutely did not. So, I told you I was going to measure it, and I did. I don't know if you can see that. I may have skipped the measuring portion and just went straight to putting a little dab of grease on either end of those. And then I will ever so gently mark it exactly where it needs to be based on my eyeballs. Perfect. All right, let's get these drilled out quick. I want to get this over with so we can move on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Also, while I'm at it, even though I used a gasket and I used the Right Stuff gasket maker on either side of the gasket, before we put it down, it is seeping. I've got a new gasket coming that's supposed to be better-ish. I don't know, we just keep trying things until it stops doing what we don't want it to do. All right, let's get this drilled out quick. All right, let's see how good that fit. Oh, perfect. As you can see, my measurements are dead on. Can you tell how accurate that is? But I have a trick for that too, to go along with my impressive measuring skills. So, yeah, good. So it's only about an entire hole off. Easy day. Are we closer? Look at that. Cool. So, next up, that's right, I gotta relieve the tension on that. That's that safety, the safety bar. All right, so when we back these off, we'll lay that bar on there and we'll see what it looks like. And then we'll just keep messing with it until it does approximately what I'm asking it to do. Okay, so, whew, did you know that when you drill metal, it gets hot? Okay, I came up with this. Is it terrible? Is it gonna look good? Yes and no. Is it gonna hold the battery from flying out of its place? Sure, gotta be better than not having anything. So what I'm gonna do is, you see how perfectly aligned that is. There's virtually no difference in the, no, it's garbage, but I don't want to spend a bunch of time on this. So I'm just going to run some tacks along here, maybe a couple beads, just 1 or 2 inch here and there. Something to keep it in place so I can move on with my life. So let me get set up on that. Oh, she's burning hot. We got to turn that down a bit. All right, that'll do her. Pull it off there, set it down where it's not gonna burn everything up, and we'll get after it. So my plan is, I'm gonna come from the inside instead of the outside so that later I can actually make this look a little less garbage. And I'll trim this all smooth and flat when I feel like it. You know, one of those rainy day projects. All right, let's burn it in, be done with it. Just like that, engineered perfectly. Of course, I'll come back through and grind these edges and probably make it look a little less like trash, but guess what? Oh, yep, she's on there. So we can move on. Next thing I want to do is I want to get that fuel line kit put on. So, pop the other one off real quick, see what we can get done there. All right, first things first, get this old line popped off here. After it sat for a couple weeks, I started up the other day and it cranked up quick. So that was a huge bonus. I gave it 2 pumps, but I don't think I even needed that. And if I can do this without stripping it, that'd be great. There we go. Oh, it does not like that. It doesn't seem happy. I can't remember. I love ratchets. Can't remember if I cross-threaded this in place or not. I think most of the threads are still there. No, if I can just not dump this all over the ground, that'd be awesome. Set that up there. Crush washer on either side. Oh, I'll be. It's almost like Edelbrock designed this to work the way that it's supposed to with their carburetors and their choke systems. I don't know. I sure hope this grabs enough. Oh, just make your own threads. Get in there. I think I know what I did, guys. I got in a hurry. I bet this crush washer is a different size from the other one. Yep, that's what I did. I had the wrong crush washer on the wrong location. I just have to put a little extra pressure now, since that crush washer got crushed inadvertently in the wrong location. That's all right. She's taut. She's in there now. Give her a little bit extra. You just want to go till the threads strip, that's all. Oh yeah, get that gas everywhere. So I can shorten that up now. Well, that's gonna look a lot better. That'll be a lot cleaner look. So now I just have to cut this at a length that's not gonna be too short, which I'll probably end up cutting it too short. We'll say somewhere in there. Oh yeah, get the gas everywhere, that's good. That's what you want. Okay, what do I do with my screwdriver now? I'm losing it. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people use it, but this is the stuff. That's what you're gonna wanna use on anything fuel related, because the regular pipe thread will just, thread tape will just Teflon. It'll eat it up. Oh, why won't you thread? You're designed for this application. What you're going to want to do is continually drop pieces of the gas oil right into that line as you're struggling to do this. That way the carburetor will eat it. All right, there we go. I think we got her now. There we go. All right, cool. We'll leave it alone. There was something else I was going to show you guys that I'm pretty happy about. Oh no. So one thing is, I've been playing with the distributor, and I just now played with it some more, I think. Yep, cool. We'll probably have to revisit that now. So, a couple things. Leaking, like I said, not good. It's actually leaking substantially more than I thought. I don't know if you guys can see down in there, but that would be a mixture of fuel and water. This carburetor has a tendency to leak out of the throttle shaft, which I'm not going to fix. I have the bushings. It only leaks a bunch, so we're not going to worry about it. But I do need to take care of that. That's annoying. I think I'm still going to take it out for a rip today because I'm tired of not driving this thing. All right. I'm pretty sure I got it right around where it's supposed to be. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of a snug so I can still move it. Okay, so I suppose we should probably clean up some of that water down there. That sucks. So this should be a big mess, which is awesome because I finally just got most of the big messes taken care of already. But I'm impatient. That new gasket shouldn't, it's, well, what is today? Saturday, yep. Okay, we're not waiting. I've got a little bit more fluid anyway. I'm going to pop this up. I'm wondering if maybe I can shove something in there and it'll drain out only towards the front, which would be a huge bonus. Okay, so I'm thinking if I can just jam this in here like that, hopefully that will create enough of a dam that it won't run backwards. All right, here goes nothing. Just gotta find a way to keep this propped up. Things are going great. Will you just stay there for a moment? I'm not asking for a lot. No. Just stay there. I mean, come on. No, you don't want to be there. Are you happy there? Cool. This wasn't doing nothing. Garbage. Absolute garbage. There we go. Now we're making a mess. Right into the catch can that I got underneath for sure. My dam didn't work, by the way. I'll be damned, but it won't be. Okay, so we'll go ahead and clean these surfaces up, and we're gonna go ahead and right stuff it after this thing gets done puking. Just gotta make sure everything is absolutely clean. Anytime you get moisture or water in any of your bolt holes, make sure you clean them out. If you don't, you can hydrolock or you'll never, the bolt could actually compress that water. If it's not gonna let it by the threads, it'll compress that water and you can actually end up cracking your metal, especially with the soft aluminum. And then you're really in it. So just keep that in mind. Same thing goes for head bolts. Anything where you can hydrolock them. Gotta remember to tighten this down. Get all final tight. Okay, we're gonna give it a start. We have to keep an eye on that fuel jobby right there. Make sure she's not leaking. Do one final check because I've been kind of scatterbrained. Got everything out of the way. It's in, that's done, that's back on. Check that. Tight, cranked on that. These should be good. All right, well, here goes nothing. All right, well, I believe that was a success. I don't see anything coming off of thermostat housing. I don't see any fuel leaks. All right, so now this has got to come out. I'm telling you, there's nothing left to salvage on this. I mean, this stuff is just, I couldn't even support the seat with gas tank straps or anything. There is nothing. All of the springs are shot, as you can see. as I was taking it out, the seat was literally coming apart in pieces. Oh, I bet you don't know what those are for. I think those are hockey stick holders. And they're going up here to hold my hockey sticks. Oh yeah, see? It was literally coming apart while I was working on it and everything else. And I took it for one quick rip before I had to park it and fix some more stuff. So yep, cool. That's junk. That's not. Let me clean this out quick and we'll be back at it. Oh, there's no room. Gosh. Oh. Well, that was easy. Front one lined up. Back one. So close. So I do believe we can get a little persuasion. Maybe, if anything, will cooperate. It started to kind of go downhill for me, so we'll see. I'm gonna bust my knuckles something fierce. Oh, she's so close. Oh, I know. More pry. Oh yeah, now we're in it. All right, here's the issue we're facing. Apache seat is, it is shorter by a little bit. You can see where it should mount and where the mount is. So, that being said, or wider or longer, however you want to put it, I caught a hole there. I can't catch one there. If I can catch that there, I'm just going to drill more holes. Move it, drill the holes, bolt it, and we're going to call that good. It is short on this side, but I can't center the seat because then I'll be falling off the edge over there and I have to have that spot. It's the captain's chair. All right, as you can see, the holes ish line up. So if they ish line up, I can ish make them fit later. So I know I've got the right idea going. Next up, I got to get these out because they're already interfering and hitting the back of the seat. You can see the witness mark right there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this metal up around here because I do have some fender washers and new hardware to put in, and I'm hoping I can get a good tack on the edges and on the nuts so I can keep it captured. I can take the seat in and out if I want without having to come down here and screw with these nuts. Okay, on this last one, like I said, I'm just going to do a stud because of the location underneath, but I've adjusted it to where it pretty much needs to be to line up underneath and have enough to weld to, which I'll show you underneath where that sits. So that will be just about perfect for what I needed to do. All right, now the fun part is I don't have to crawl underneath and hold anything in order to be able to tighten all these down. So let's get on with that so we can finally get this thing out on the road. And just like that, we're finished up. We got the seat installed. So that's a big weight off my shoulders and my back, and well, my backside. That was getting highly uncomfortable, especially on the bumps, as the springs ejected into the floorboards. So, one more thing off the list. All right, last thing I'm gonna do before I take this thing out. So I don't know if you can tell, but right here, there's nothing to hold this stationary for moving up and down, which means the only 2 points of contact are here and here for the entire alternator. So if this thing shifts down or comes up, which that's the only thing holding it, not good. So I'm gonna make a piece of steel plate from here to here, drill the holes, bolt this up. That'll keep this thing from moving, and it'll take some of this wobble out of the alternator. So let's get after that. I already got the piece of metal cut. Just gotta drill it out and get it mounted. So that is gonna make life a little less questionable. Now I've got this mounted via here. Oh, yep, they're getting after it out there. All right, well, that's it. We're ready to go for a rip. Also, before we head out for our test drive, I was thinking about it, and wouldn't you guys love to have one of these? It's yours. All you have to do is click it and it's yours. You can have it. Subscription's free. It helps me out, keeps me motivated. Also, maybe drop some of these. I like to hear what you guys think. Give me some feedback. Constructive is better than any, but I'll take whatever. Just put your thoughts down there in the comments. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. And hopefully plenty more to come. Let's get this thing out on the road. I need you guys to go ahead and think up what we should call the truck. I've tossed around a couple names, don't like any of them because of all the troubles I've had putting it together, so I can't really say any of those names right here, right now, and they probably shouldn't be painted on the side of the truck or anything of the sort. So think about it, put it in the comments, let me know What should we name her? Well, that'll do it for this episode. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all those fancy things that people do on the YouTubes. And until next time, we'll see you later.